Did he even go to bed?
Yeah, Ethan went to bed. Maybe I'll do the long rest after all.
Sag.
Free for the taking.
I wasn't actually intending to pickpocket my party member.
Go to hell. Oh, nothing. Nothing. I'm just poorly making a point. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial.
Technically, we saw demons, but not hell.
Merely contemplating. Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract.
Wow, the ship flew through the realms of hell.
Oh, did it? Okay. Well, I knew it was flying through the multiverse in some fashion, but I didn't notice the hell in particular.
That's where the demons came from.
This ballet of
I was
flames
pretty sure the
invites
demons were
reflection.
attacking...
Be
Well,
right.
okay, maybe.
Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
Don't waste a step.
What were you two talking about? You and Gale. Fine. Just don't expect my confidence if I don't have yours. And just to be clear, come daybreak, finding a healer is our first priority. Good. We might even get lucky and find one right away. As I see it, we're overdue some good fortune. Rest well.
Oh, she came off as surprisingly antagonistic. I apparently was not giving the correct answers.
Don't mind if I do.
She also noted that you spoke to Gale first.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think I actually want to, Oh, come on. Stop syncing and let me let me load my save.
It's just a dialogue thing. I don't think it actually affects your relationship with her.
Maybe not, but I'd still like to see what she says if I don't talk to him first.
You're dead. Something's wrong.
I have something to ask.
Although she doesn't have an exclamation
You strike
point.
me as the reliable sort.
Spofo.
Are you
Welcome
sure
to
this is a good
Yukikaze
idea?
Gaming Snappy.
There are lit fuses in our heads. Sooner or later, they're going to blow. Each hour that passes, the thing inside us grows. We need to find a healer. Let's wake up at first light. Maybe we'll get lucky.
It might be
We're
dialogue
overdue some good
specifically
fortune.
triggered by talking
Rest
to
well.
Gale.
We'll need our strength.
Interesting.
Seems that way. Oh, and now his dialogue disappeared. Maybe it's just a bug.
Go to hell. Oh, nothing. Nothing. I'm just poorly making a point. Go to hell. But we've seen hell. Devils. What a different... Now we have... That's not abstract. This ballet of flames invites reflection. But you're right. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer.
Now I wonder if she'll talk to me about it again, even though she doesn't have the dialogue
I've heard
thing.
you can't get blood from a stone, but apparently you can get a wizard from one. Gale seems interesting.
Is that so? Completely different dialogue options now.
Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
Hmm.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well. We haven't gone all that far yet. What are you referring to exactly? Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. We've no solid leads right now, though. We'd best get hunting. If you discover anything that might
You
help
can
us,
see your
I'm all
relationship
ears.
with the characters in the part view, I think.
You see?
I
Coach
suppose
Dex.
we'd go our separate ways.
Welcome to
Not a
Yukikaze
slight
Gaming
on your
Snappy.
company, of course.
Hi, Coach!
Asterisk party view.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldurs Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation. I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you.
Really?
And if I have, I can't remember them.
I mean, you just refused to talk to me about basically everything, and I'm your best confidant?
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
Nice.
Dialogue progression can be a bit buggy in this game.
Good to know.
More for me.
Not a huge issue, but I've noticed dialogue being triggered too early.
I see.
Yo, Winter Wolf Girl.
Wolf now, am I? Hi, Coach. Good to see you. Been a while. Mostly my fault for not having been streaming anytime recently, but still.
Gotta get that sneak attack.
Oh yeah.
At the ready.
But really what I was doing was trying to cast Mage Armor.
Sneak attack is a separate attack than the regular, by the way.
Oh, is it now? Good to know. I thought I had shield on as well, but I guess not.
Whatever it takes.
Have a lot on my mind. And well, in it.
Is there like a wait here command? I know there's gotta be, I just don't know what it is.
Gotta keep my eyes peeled.
On my way.
If you want advice on the game, I can jump in the VC.
Yeah, I'm in the VC if you want to hop in, but, don't necessarily need advice. Unless it's just like basic control stuff.
You've made a
Yeah, I
grave
mean like
mistake.
basic game mechanics like the sneak attack stuff.
Yeah, sure, if you want to. Ow. Thanks. stop overkilling me.
Something's wrong.
Well then. Oh, my other characters never joined the combat because they're still in sneak mode. Okay.
Whoever's skulking about, show yourself.
Maybe sorry. You're talking, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to fix my microphone thing.
Welcome.
Yeah, so the way the hiding works is that only characters who are detected will join the combat.
Best get going.
Kind of unfortunate for me.
Yeah, so when you're sneaking, basically the whole red area that you see is area that you'll get detected in.
Yeah. That much I caught on to.
But you don't actually have to be close to do like a sneak attack, I don't think.
Alright, what now?
You can
Right,
do it
it
from
works on ranged weapons
range.
as well. Yeah, I initiated the combat last time with a bow attack.
Was it the sneak attack or just a regular bow attack?
The bow attack triggers the sneak attack from what I can tell.
Does I didn't notice that. I do know that in the bar you've got down the bottom, you've got like a range sneak attack that's specifically different. But I wasn't aware that it actually triggered it if you just did the regular attack. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it seems to use the sneak attack automatically if it's, yeah, as long as you have advantage, it triggers it, I think. I don't know for sure, but I've noticed extra damage rolls coming into play, so...
So you probably want to do it like further back, I think. Yeah, because you're detected now, so...
Well, no, but if I'm farther back, then the problem is that, I'm out of range of the bow attack and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I did this very intentionally, but...
Yeah, you might be better off like trying to pull them through the doorway rather than going in.
Yeah, that's almost definitely the case. Was just
What do you
looking
have for like items, by the way?
a bunch of random loot. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
No, I mean like the throwable items that you have.
Oh, nothing I intend to use.
Okay.
That's just my playstyle.
I'm just thinking they're all grouped up, so if you threw... I think you have like one of the bulbs you should have picked up from the ship, I think I see
Yeah,
in
like
your
the void
inventory.
But it doesn't do a whole lot of damage.
Doesn't, but it... And that one, there's one that inflicts bleeding, which is really useful.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
I do see that it looks like it was in fact a regular ranged attack and not a sneak attack, which is good to know and unfortunate.
So actually, if you switch to your party members now by clicking on their portraits, I think you can still move around with those characters until they get into combat.
No time to dally.
So you might want to, because I think Shadowheart has buffs that you can put on your character, like the resistance buff, which might be useful. Because I think your character's a bit squishy at the moment.
I'd rather do that.
Yeah, that's worth it. You eliminated one. Also, Gale's Fireball, if he has there, is a cantrip instead of a spell, so it doesn't use a spell slot.
Good to know. Does require an attack roll, though.
Yeah, but it's so the wizards only get a certain amount of spell slots between long rests.
Right.
So that's useful as like if you end up in a combat where you don't want to use your spell slots or you run out.
Although to
And
be
it does
fair,
pretty decent.
firebolting the oil barrel probably would have been good.
Yeah, so in this game you can do a lot of stuff like throwing an oil thing on them and then hitting them with a fireball, or picking up an oil crate and hurling it at them.
Sounds about right.
Or a wine barrel, I guess.
Death is but a word away.
Why is he unable to cast anything?
I think he's used his action. If you hover over end turn,
Yeah.
it will tell you if they have an action. So they should have an action and a bonus action, but it will tell you if they've used it or not. And also the character has a certain amount of movement every turn. Which is, the movement is unaffected by whether you have an action left or not. So you can attack and then run out of combat.
Okay, so that actually worked.
Did that work? How did you...
Well, because they're threatened by Shadowheart, so they're...
Is that? Really?
Yeah. As long as they're threatened by another character, you have advantage against them and can sneak attack.
I didn't know that. That's really useful. Yeah, so that guy's got 2 weapons. So when you have one weapon in each hand, you attack with both, but it uses your action and bonus action.
Yeah, dual building rules.
A rough tempest I will raise.
And so Shadowheart has Sacred Flame ability, which is often a lot more reliable than her melee, by the way.
Yeah. I don't want to attack the door.
I think Gale needs line of sight to hit enemies with that. Actually, how much does the Fireball do compared to that?
1d10 instead of 3d4 plus 3.
Yeah, and that one doesn't miss, so that's
Correct.
useful.
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to eliminate some targets quickly early on.
That's useful if you end up with like enemies that have 1 health, which seems to happen a lot.
Yeah. Also, the magic missile can target 3 different enemies.
Yeah, That's what I mean. It's like, so you have one enemy that's on 1 health, and then you can just hit them with one of the magic missiles, and then hit other enemies with more.
Missed.
Yeah, so I think you're doing better because Shadowheart's in the front, and she has more health and higher defense.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of it. It's not usually the best to have your healer tanking, but here we are.
No, well, she's a cleric, so she has decent defense. Yeah, how much does Sacred Flame do compared to your melee?
1d8 radiant compared to 1d6 plus 1. So the melee has better average damage.
Yeah. So the Sacred Flame always hits, but it can...
No,
if they
it's
make
a
a
dex save.
saving throw, they won't get damaged.
It's also a spell, which can be a problem.
Yeah, but it's a cantrip, so I don't think it uses the spell slot.
No, that's not the issue I was referring to. But because you're casting, you can get attacks of opportunity against you and stuff like that in certain cases.
Yes, technically, but it's a very rare case. It's not like I think that's a specific feat an enemy has to have, which is pretty rare.
Oh, 1 damage.
Like you wouldn't be in trouble here using Sacred Flame.
Bleeding fast. I need healing.
Wow, a whole 3 damage. Maybe he already has that barbarian damage reduction?
Need healing.
Doesn't he have what? Sorry?
The barbarian damage reduction.
Yeah, if he's in rage, it actually depends on what type of rage they have. I think he might be level 1, so he probably doesn't have a specific type of rage.
No gloom, all doom.
I'm gonna drink a potion with your main character.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you are hitting them with the ranged attack, but I don't think it's actually doing the increased damage from the sneak attack.
Well, it is saying that I'm doing sneak attack, but,
Yeah, it's supposed to do extra damage too. I don't think it is, though.
right, but the extra damage is still a roll. It could just be that I'm rolling really low.
Possible.
Burn, baby, burn.
I think if you have a healing potion, you might be able to just throw it at her.
Well, doesn't matter. I'm probably
That's
at
a
a...
surprisingly rough fight.
Yeah, I'm probably at a severe disadvantage due to, not having a full party.
Yeah, because you refused Asterion.
Yeah, but, I mean, theoretically, I should be able to continue exploring around and find somebody else.
Yeah, you should be able to find someone else relatively easily from here. And someone that would probably actually help a lot. Asterions probably won't be like a huge hole in your party composition, because you're already playing as a rogue, and he was a rogue.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be a huge loss under the circumstances.
I think you should be able to get someone who will be much better for not tanking, but like damage dealing and being on the front lines if you explore.
So it's also pretty much time for me to go to bed. But let me just see if I can find somebody before I forget for next time.
Yeah, I think they should be relative. I think immediately, if you want to go look east, I think would be if you want to look. I think. I don't remember very well.
Broken.
Yeah, because the
Must have
only
been here a while.
criticism so far I would have of this game is that it's a lot of the basic mechanics tend to be a little bit underexplained.
The thing's dangerous.
Yeah, they're
Leave it
kind
for
of
the
expecting you
goblins
to
to
come in
kill.
knowing
Yeah,
some
there you go.
And if it escapes,
D&D info.
how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
So there is this minor trick that I only learned
She's right.
yesterday, I
Let's go.
think.
We need to check out that blast.
Which is in the dialogue menu in the bottom left, you have the options to switch characters.
Oh.
What that means is you'll tab out of the conversation essentially and go to that character, so you can actually look at your stats in the middle of a conversation and then go back to the character.
Interesting.
So it's useful in case you need to check do I have higher deception or persuasion or something.
Well, fortunately, most of the talking stuff is on my main character.
Yeah, it's the same way I did it. It's like I very rarely talk with. I mean, I don't really see much point using the party characters to talk to stuff unless it's very, very specific scenarios.
Northwest. Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
Nymessa, come.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
I would have rather have recruited the tiefling girl in some respects.
Never.
Okay then. Be a jerk about it.
If in that case you may be pleased later
As you
on.
say.
Very well. Questionable intellect. Unsurprising. Release me, or enjoy a future as Geich. Mind flayers. The atrocities we are becoming. I know a remedy. Release me and I will share it.
I release you how?
You think you shoot the thing. It took me a little while to figure this one out too.
I don't know what I thought, but...
You have to shoot the bottom of her.
Oh, that's dumb.
If you hover over the bottom,
Dawdling, get me down.
should have like a separate health. But yeah, we.
Obviously, she couldn't just attack it with her own sword if it was about falling to her doom. Okay.
Oh, apparently her race specifically is like very athletic.
The tadpole
So,
hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the
Although
more it consumes.
carrying a giant sword while
My
falling doesn't
people
seem like a
possess
good
the cure
idea.
for this infection. I must
Yeah,
find
armor's
the
kind of
crash.
counterproductive,
You will
too.
join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Ghaith tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
What?
A pity that. I made an offer and you accepted. Your fantasy is not my burden.
I see.
You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Half elf. I suppose the finer details are lost on a creature like you.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A Kresh must be near.
Also took me up until like yesterday to figure out that Shadowheart's an elf. A half elf, I think.
I see, she has also leveled up.
Yeah, so all the party characters have like a base level of XP that they'll get if in that case.
Yeah, it seems like they
Even if you
kind of follow the leader, so to speak.
Yeah, so even if you have party members back at camp, because you can only have 3 at once.
Multi-class, okay.
You can, yeah. But when you bring the party member into your party later, they will gain all the XP.
Yeah, very
So there's
similar
no
to
danger
like
of that.
Pathfinder games that came out recently and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Lae'zel's a very good frontline fighter that would probably help very much in that fight.
Especially since I got her the Flaming Sword of Death.
Did you?
Yes,
Like
I
a
did.
deal. Oh, you beat the general guy?
Yes, I did.
I didn't manage to do that. That's really cool.
First
How
attempt.
much
too.
damage does that do?
Oh, do you want to take the see the stats?
Yeah, I would like to see the stats
Everburn
actually.
Bleed. 2d6 plus 3 slashing plus 1d4 fire.
Wow, that's really good. That early in the game, I think
Yep.
currently she does that much damage in my save.
Well, apparently she's
And
not
I'm like
proficient
30
though.
hours in. She's not a... Is she not?
I don't know, it says proficiency with this
No,
and
she
law
is.
stuff.
She is. It
Oh,
it
yeah,
will
she has it.
specifically say if she does or doesn't. It will
Yeah.
specifically say if she doesn't. Yeah, I think she's got the things. You can also go to, I think, the middle tab in that menu there, and it will tell you what she's proficient with. In the left part of the thing.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh no, I think in the next
It's
tab.
just the detailed view.
No, just the rightmost tab in that. If you hover over simple weapons, it should tell you what she's proficient with.
What?
Yeah, sorry, you were on it before.
This one. Yeah.
No, in the right tab, and then go down to proficiency bonus. Sorry, because the stream's like a couple of seconds delayed.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I'm getting confused because you keep telling me no when I've already gone to the right thing.
Yeah, so under proficiency bonus, you hover over simple weapons,
Yeah.
and it will tell you she should be
But this
proficient
is a
with greatsword.
greatsword is not a simple weapon though.
Oh yeah,
It's a
then martial weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, no, she's proficient with that. She should, I think fighters, which what she is, have proficiency in all weapons.
Not all of them. Certainly not the exotic weapons by default, but
Yeah, sorry, all the basic weapons.
yeah.
Like just the concept of a halberd, she would be proficient with.
Oh good, a pig's head.
Time to press ahead.
Hey, 4 camp supplies.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to call it here for tonight.
Yeah, alright.
But it's been a fun ride so far. We were captured by illithids infected with parasites, attacked by dragons and demons, crash-landed after flying through hell, got murdered a couple of times, oops. And
It's a strong opening, yeah.
Yeah. We managed to not get killed by the vampire rogue, and, have assembled something resembling a party for the moment. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find somebody to raid real quick. If my UI will cooperate here. Okay.
Thanks for the stream.
Yes, thank you for joining. And I will read Stratori, who is playing Dead by Daylight. Thank you, everybody. Matini! That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, or join me on Twitch or Twitter. Hope to see you next time on Yukikaze Gaming. Matini!